Hi, everybody. This is Loren Baker with Search Engine Journal, and welcome to today's special episode of the Search Engine Journal show all about Amazon Prime Day. With me, I have three-time guest Raj Nijjer of Refersion. Hey, Raj, how's it going?
Hi, how are you? It's like almost like being on SNL hosting.
You're like my Bill Murray. You're like the Bill Murray to my David Letterman.
Yeah, almost like the same look too. So it's perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. So Raj, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're on today's episode, the special Prime Day episode. Why you would be on here.
I feel like I don't want to say everything because I want to save some for the fourth and the fifth time that I'm on this show. But so my name is Raj. I am the CMO of Refersion, which is an affiliate marketing platform for multi-channel e-commerce brands that are primarily selling through direct-to-consumer and marketplaces like Amazon. My background's largely been B2B SaaS. So
Yeah.
help with companies like GoDaddy, Yext, Yotpo, and now at Refersion.
Nice. So awesome. And I'd also like to thank Paved and Moz for sponsoring today. Moz is a new sponsor. They sent me the little robot. Check it out.
I forgot what his name was.
Raj. His name is Raj. Roger.
Roger, right? Roger. Okay, got it. Right.
Roger the robot. Roger Monty the robot. So and it even says destroy on the back of it. I've never seen it. Says hugs and destroy. I'm gonna go towards destroy.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. So yes, you've been in B2B SaaS for a while. GoDaddy and then Yext, which have a lot of similarities, I would think, and then Yotpo and then Refersion, which took you more into D2C, which is great timing to get into D2C as well. So is there anything else about Refersion that you'd like to add? Like what Refersion does, how it's helpful, how our audience can utilize
Yeah.
Refersion, anything along those lines?
I think to your point about timing, I've always been like a big fan of macro level trends and
Mm-hmm.
where the market is going and where saturation's happening.
Right.
So with GoDaddy it was web domain names. Yext it was like location and mapping technology, and then seeing ecom really take flight with Yotpo powering a lot of the marketing for e-commerce brands, and then seeing that saturation again where ad loads are becoming pretty crazy now.
Yes, they
And
are.
I mean, Apple with its privacy changes, Google with third-party cookies, pretty much has decimated a lot of ad spend and growth. I mean, just look at Facebook stock, right? It's a stark reminder of where the market is. And where we saw with Reversion was it's as you look at the ROI on ad spend, right, which was 2 to 1, and fairly saturated. The arbitrage of mid 2010s no longer exists. You can't grow a brand
Mm.
through a Facebook ad. So the bet here was affiliate marketing, a tried and true channel, needed a next generation platform for e-commerce brands that delivers, and we see we have like, almost 8,000 brands that are enterprise brands, and, we're seeing up to 5x return that they're seeing, even after platform spend, commissions that they pay out, and a whole host of other, fixed costs, whatever it is. It's a very ROI friendly platform. And then you think about, what's happened with again, macro level, technology's made it a lot easier to scale word of mouth, right? Back in the day, like
Right.
you probably remember this, you're old enough, where things were like rotary phones. You would call friends to, hey, what should I do for this? What should I buy? Where should I go? Now it's all word of mouth. That's all digital, right? Like people are reading about it on publishers like Forbes or Time Out, or top 10 restaurants, top 10
Yeah.
cookware, top 10. There's all these listicles, but they are they work, and people read them and they're influenced by it. So influence has gone largely from offline to online, and technology has made it very possible not just to promote it, but then also to attribute the return
Yep.
to it. And it's as simple as link tracking, and it's basically, I think it's a democratized access for brands, and then B, made it much simpler than it used to be. So
Nice.
that was the bet with Reversion, is like, how do we take this app that was the first affiliate marketing app in Shopify App Store and turn it into a major platform and a big player in the industry. And so far so good. We're growing like gangbusters, and it's amazing to see the growth, not just of our platform, but just how brands can come on. They barely have a strategy. And then Gorin Brothers is one of my favorite hat makers. They're also in the West Village in New York, and they came in with zero affiliate sales, and they, within a year, scaled to like 1 million with just like short of like 400 affiliates or influencers.
Wow.
So it's like you have these
Did
like,
their animal hats taking off?
yeah,
Influence
I mean,
that
it's
number at all?
think about like it's equally like as much as female and male, and whoever like loves that brand, they absolutely love that brand. Like when they opened up their affiliate program for applications, they almost had 10,000 applications from their customers to
It's
promote.
amazing.
Like, so it's just like you have this huge database over time that you've created with ads, and you've acquired a bunch of customers. Now it's time to figure out how to monetize that database.
Right.
So affiliate marketing gives you a really, if you want to use your customers as ambassadors, super easy to do that. And then you can use influencers that are maybe have access to a niche market, or publishers, right? Like the Forbes, the Condé Nast of the world, bloggers, YouTubers that can also promote your product. And that's been the bet. The bet has been that this is the way people are going to be influenced, and how they become consumers of a certain brand.
Yeah, it's amazing because years back we'd always tell people, "Hey, don't forget your email newsletter. Like, send out your content announcements, ask people to do things, ask people to promote whatever it may be, because there may be some bloggers in that letter, right? There may be some bloggers in that list. But now, I mean, with social media, everybody is an influencer at the end of the day, or an ambassador. So it's crazy. And to your point, I even, like, last time I was traveling internationally, I saw people wearing those Gorin brother hats, the caps as well, with all the animals on them and stuff like that. It's just even more so outside of the U.S. than in the U.S. I thought it was everyone wearing them here, but no, everyone in Dubai.
I mean, they're a
Where else
global
am I?
brand. They're huge,
Mhm.
and sometimes I think marketers get in their own way, and they get so addicted to the drip of
Yeah,
ads and all these other things. And if you've got like tens, hundreds of thousands, millions of people sitting as customers, and they're just sitting there, and you're not actively
yeah,
engaging them, the fact that 10,000 people applied and they only took 400 to 500, it almost creates this exclusivity for the others, and they're like,
mhm.
no, I want to be part of this, so they'll apply
Yeah.
again.
I know that us marketers love the drip. So instead of the drip, let's just go
More
straight to it.
sales.
We
Yeah,
actually we
more
talked
new
about that last
sales.
week on with subjectline.com. Just like, go hit your email list. Those are people that want to hear from you. Just hit them. If they're going to unsubscribe, they wouldn't buy from you anyway. Just hit them. So okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm really confused here. Today is the first day of Amazon Prime Day, or today is like sneak preview of Amazon Prime Day? How is this
So
working?
today's
And
like,
what makes this year different than previous years?
yeah, today's early access.
Okay.
And how this works is it's usually a 48-hour event. And basically, this is the second one this year. So there was one in July that was absolutely gangbusters. And if you look at the sheer size of Amazon, it makes sense. And this is the first time they've done 2 Prime Days. So this is the first one that has. The first one is in July, so it's the beginning of Q3, and now they're doing one at the beginning of Q4. So it shows you that there's enough demand out there, and B, there's enough inventory too. Now that supply chains have gone back to normal, shipping prices have gone way back down to earth, and frankly, a lot of brands are sitting on a lot of inventory. So I feel like the timing for Amazon could not be more perfect, and they're trying to make sure that Prime, at the end of the day, which is their bread and butter, right, their core Prime membership, drives a lot of value for their customers. In fact, like they just bought out the Thursday Night Football, right, and they had record signups, so that people, because they wanted to watch Thursday Night Football via Prime access. So they're still acquiring Prime customers, and now they've acquired all these Prime customers, and there's millions of them. Um, you know, the fact that they're doing 2 Prime days does not surprise me. It is also interesting how this correlates with Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah, it's
Um,
yeah.
so I think for me, like I what I've learned after we launched Amazon, our into Amazon integration, and talking to a whole host of brands that are on Shopify and other DTC platforms like BigCommerce and Salesforce and WooCommerce. I was actually very surprised that a lot of our customers are already brand registered Amazon sellers. I did not expect that. I was pleasantly surprised, and turns out, a lot of them are trying to grow on Amazon, and they're for them it's a multi-channel approach
Right.
because they're thinking, with Shopify they are on the hook to acquire the customer, right? To attract the customer, to get that traffic. Whereas with Amazon, not only does Amazon have, like, they're the product search engine, um, it's a great way for them to grow in their category. And we're definitely seeing a lot of brands that have um, done a lot in DTC with being on Shopify, being on BigCommerce, but now they're really looking to invest. If they're not looking, they're already investing in their Amazon presence. And those are typically, like, Amazon will tell you what the best categories are, but what we're seeing is like electronics, clothing and accessories like jewelry,
Hmm.
home and kitchen is huge, beauty, books, obviously. That's how it started. And pet supplies, baby, all this stuff is huge. CPG is huge on Amazon. So if you're in any one of those categories and you have not looked into being brand registered, especially if you have a trademark, Amazon actually gives you a whole host of features and benefits that can really expand your revenue. And it comes with also brand protection and product protection. So,
Oh,
back in the days of when you were worried about somebody might rip me off, things like that, I think Amazon has done a pretty good job of extending more features around that. So that, a lot of the brands I talk to now, we were just at our sister company, Helium 10's conference, and I talked a lot, they're focused on Amazon. And not a single Amazon seller or DTC seller even mentioned they're worried about fraud, or they're worried
hmm,
about, hijacking products, things like that. The only thing they're worried about is growth.
right. Now, what about other marketplaces? I don't really see Amazon as being like a marketplace where I might buy, like if I go to buy a pair of Nike shoes and a pair of like
Yeah.
Mikey shoes come, right? But then like eBay and maybe to a degree
Yeah, I
Etsy. So
think, listen,
what
it
about other
depends on.
marketplaces? Is that a concern for
No, not
traditional
really. I think
DCs?
like Prime Day doesn't really compete with anything.
Hmm.
There's nothing like Walmart doesn't really have like a competitor to Prime Day. Target doesn't have one. eBay doesn't really have one. In hindsight, they should have created one. But I think that's the power of the moat that Amazon has,
Yeah.
is that they have this access, and being the default product search engine gives them that access. And for brands that are looking to, again, expand out of DTC, keeping that presence, but we're looking to expand and get more growth, like Amazon's frankly a no-brainer, especially if you're in a category like CPG or jewelry, or home and kitchen, home and garden, beauty, sports, pet supplies.
Hmm.
These are like just things that you go look for on Amazon by default. Now, if you have a great brand, it might not make sense because you want to protect that brand. Like Nike doesn't sell on Amazon, but that's few and far between.
Yes.
I think if you're in growth mode and that's your trajectory right now, frankly, like, I think you definitely need to look into it, test it. But if you're like the size of a Nike, which are not that many, it might not make sense. But again, not everybody's a Nike. For every Nike, there's like 100,000 brands that need to be on Amazon and need to get that exposure. So I think the old adage that if you have a great brand, you shouldn't be on Amazon, frankly, needs to be revisited. And if you're a brand owner or a brand marketer, you need to really like relook or rethink your portfolio of how you're approaching your multi-channel strategy, especially being on marketplaces.
Well, I mean, it's the mall of the 90s, right? Like if if you wanted to sell in the 90s, you would be in the mall and you would be in a good location in the mall. So if you're Nike, you would sell in Dick's, you would start in this and maybe have a Nike store, but you'd have it in a location where your clientele is going to be. That's what Amazon is. Like even to the point where, and I have a question around this too. In the point where, I mean, you probably do this all the time. You search for something, you find it, you go to the site, like, hey, this is cool, I want to buy it. But then you go to Amazon because for two things. One, you don't feel like filling in all your information, and then sure, buy with Prime and accelerated payment buttons will help that a little bit. But I still feel better buying through Amazon. And then two, everyone's spoiled with Prime, right? So you're going to get it in a day or two. I'm still waiting for some mushroom tea from what's the company? I can't remember even the company name. I shouldn't call them out, but I'm still waiting for some
mushroom tea. You don't remember it.
Mushroom tea that tastes like coffee from a company that I ordered 3 weeks ago, and I just got an email today that it's on the way. Rise, RYZE. Can't wait for it to come, but at the same time, it's if I would have ordered off Amazon, I would have already like drank the whole thing by now.
Yeah, so I think it's the promise that they make, right? And the promise is that it's fulfillment, it's shipping, it's payment, and that all it's all systems and operations, but it's all like it's magic to you as a consumer. So that's why typically it's the point you make is great. Like on a DTC website, the average conversion rate's 2 to 3%. Like we're seeing affiliate conversion rates where people land and they're like 13 to 14% on Amazon.
Right.
And it's not like you're saying like it might be an afterthought, but people actually like really transact much like a multiple of what they do on a DTC website. Yeah. So I mean, and those are pretty much in line with if you look at Statista or somewhere else, like you'll see 2% versus 12%. And we're kind of like seeing the same thing on our platform where when off Amazon traffic comes to Amazon, people are transacting a lot more than they do on the DTC website. So I'm not saying like switch everything to Amazon. I think it's a good mix to have, and one that you simply just can't ignore anymore. It can't be like DTC versus Marketplace. It has to be like DTC and Marketplace.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, another thing too is I like looking at like my orders on one app and seeing what's coming. Like I know everything that's coming, as opposed to I guess you can do that with Shop a little bit, but it is in addition. One question I have is, okay, so you brought up the value of data, customer data with D2C, right? And the ability to transition that customer database into ambassadors, possible influencers, affiliates, whatever it may be. On Amazon, you don't typically have, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't typically have access to that data. The customer email, get them in your database. Are there ways to transition that customer over so they're in your database?
Amazon's making changes on that you can reach out to certain customers. But I think what we're seeing is like, we're solely focused on, how to drive off Amazon traffic to your Amazon listing, your product listing. And, where we see a lot of questions is like, how does it differ from Amazon Associates, like their affiliate program that they offer? And, for that, what we're seeing is that, I think ultimately, like you want more control in any part of your life. So, for us, our promise is that, Associates is pretty much, it's good for Amazon at the end of the day. Great program, great first step, but you want to have longer than a 24-hour cookie window if you're an affiliate, right? The whole thing with affiliate is if you keep your affiliates happy, they in turn bring you business because they're getting paid and you're getting paid. And with the Amazon Associates program, you only have like a 24-hour window, cookie window. Commission rates are between 1% and 3%. That's not a lot. So if you're a brand that's getting going or you want to drive more traffic, and by the way, there's a beauty of driving traffic to your product listing too, because it increases your organic rank in the product search and product
in Amazon.
Yep. Okay. So that's the beauty of driving off Amazon traffic, because Amazon rewards you for bringing off Amazon traffic because it's good for Amazon too, right? Because more people sign up. If they transact, they sign up for Amazon if they're not already members.
So you're bringing in people from off Amazon to come purchase on your Amazon page. Yep. Amazon seeing the traffic is going to that product or your brand
Yep.
presence, your brand page within Amazon. Therefore, within Amazon itself, that being a ranking system, you're going to rank higher, right? Because more
Yep.
people are checking it out. They want to reward you for that, this and that. You're probably driving more sales, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a plus. And just
Yeah.
thank you for thank you for reminding us that Amazon is the world's largest, I believe, the world's largest shopping search engine, right?
Yep.
So, hey, it's a search engine show. We're talking about ranking in Amazon, ranking the largest shopping search engine in the world. So,
Yeah, it's like I don't want to call it a hack or anything, but it's a great tactic because it's good for Amazon, it's good for you, and at the end of the day, if I have a choice between, listen, I can get 14% conversion here or 2% conversion here,
oh
and
yeah,
I need to make my number, and you might do it at a less of a margin. I think that's where
right,
the trade-off is. But if you have
yeah,
inventory to clear, if you have growth numbers to hit, if you have other use cases that fit this is a great way of like now bifurcating your traffic or creating a new channel like Amazon and then using that to not only just get sales but then organically also keep increasing your ranking within that um, ecosystem of Amazon,
mm-hmm.
because it's not just Google, right? Because Amazon itself is a search engine. And
Yeah,
I think if you think of it that from that perspective, your strategy and how you think about Amazon and your products in there totally changes.
yeah. And then you kind of alluded to this earlier with Prime and football, right? So, like now with Prime, I mean with Prime Video, which is it's been around forever, but it's growing. It seems like it's growing, 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 growing. You're getting more commercials for products that are relevant to the products that you're buying within
Yep.
Amazon itself. So then you have this whole CTV component of it, right? That works, and the ability to open that up and get in front of people.
Yeah, it's a great flywheel, right?
Amazing.
And Amazon's investing in this because the Lord of the Rings trilogy they just came up with 700 million they're putting into it. Football, they're putting 1 billion into it. Like there's all this
Wow.
like, and they're gonna keep investing in Prime. Prime is how they make a ton of money and how they retain and bring you back essentially. And the
And
beauty
this
of
is
this is if you get off Amazon traffic and they add your product to the cart, it's your benefit. And there might be two other things sitting in the cart that you forgot to check out. It's good for Amazon now
yep.
because you're creating more checkout, higher average order value for Amazon. But in the last Prime Day, it's interesting. One of the stats that Amazon came up with is that the actual third-party sellers grew faster
Hmm.
during Prime Day in July than actual Amazon retail business, because
Interesting.
the fact that they've opened this up and it's created a whole ecosystem and a statistically significant like database of third-party sellers, they're actually growing faster and creating sales and the small businesses that are selling, small and medium businesses that are selling through Amazon too. And, when we started working with them, like some of the numbers that we thought it was like video game numbers, right? Like there's over like 500,000 brands already that are enrolled in the Amazon brand registry. So if you're worried like, oh my God, I don't want to put my brand on Amazon, more than likely your competitors are already on there
They're on there
and
already.
they're already selling on there. They're finding success on there and they're registered in the brand registry, which gives them protection, gives them,
Hmm.
brand protection, product protection, but then also gives them a whole slew of like selling and marketing tools because you get complete control over your listing. You can optimize your listing for search. You can optimize your products, the pictures, literally everything about that listing is now optimizable.
It's a
Um,
good.
and
That's a good point too, because we've talked about on the show a couple of times how, like, code freeze season is coming up, right? Especially on D2C websites, to get ready for the end of the year, to keep everything so nothing's changing. And then I know SEOs get all upset because they can't get things in during code freeze time. But like the ability to go in and optimize your Amazon profile is there. The ability to go in and optimize your profile on other marketplaces is definitely there
oh, and it's
during this
it's
time. So
instant
it's a
like
great
that.
focus for Q4.
Yeah, you don't have to wait around for Google to index and update and everything.
Yeah.
This is happening right away. So the fact that you can do this editing and control, I think it's more about control, if especially if you're in the brand registry component of Amazon.
Hmm.
And again, like if you're waffling on this, go check out if your competitors on there. And more than likely, like in your category, there's already competitors that are doing this. And a great tool that again, our sister Helium 10 helps you actually understand rankings, helps you understand size the market, helps you understand um, profit potential, things like this, because they're directly pulling data from Amazon.
Nice.
And yeah, you can do a lot of competition analysis, and then also analysis around, where you are and where you could be if you do X, Y, Z with your product listings.
Nice. And then also, almost on cue, Amazon van just pulled up and delivered a package to my neighbor's house. So, and then the person gets out of the van dressed up in Amazon Prime clothes. It says Amazon Prime, giant Amazon Prime billboard driving
Can't get
around
away
town.
from it.
Driving, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Speaking of which, for a D2C company, like, so two questions. First is, for a D2C company that may not be on Amazon right now, how can they leverage Prime as being Prime Day is almost being bigger than Amazon to their own benefit? Like, would you recommend that a company send out an email saying, "Hey, we're having a 35% off all products for Prime Day" type thing, even if they're not on Amazon?
Yeah, why
Do you think
not?
that would be
Test it.
confusing? Okay,
You could do Prime like shipping,
right.
2-day shipping, you can get it. Again, if there's an excuse or a clever way to email your database and latch on to something else out there, do it. Um, I would also then encourage that you should be in Prime Day next time.
Yes, it's actually a good
Get your
test for
stuff
that, right?
listed, because again, now you're fighting that 14% conversion rate versus 2%.
Yep.
So it's a 7x difference, and it's not negligible. It's not incremental. This is multiple of what it is, and yeah, and then you have access to ultimately, like, I think from Amazon they said like there's 300 million customer accounts, right, in that ecosystem, and they're
Crazy.
constantly searching for things that you're selling.
And just to rehash, this is the first time Amazon has done 2 Prime Days in 1 year. This one happens to fall about, what, 45 days, almost to the T, 45 days before Black Friday, Cyber
Yep.
Monday. So, I mean, this might be a lot of, huffing and puffing, but what do you think the impact will be on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, by Amazon having this Prime Day a month and a half beforehand? Feels
Yeah.
like people are holding on to their money right now, right? Looking for deals. And
Yeah,
then
I think.
suddenly,
Go ahead.
suddenly Amazon comes out with this like almost surprise second Prime Day before Black Friday. They're doing 2 days early events, this and that.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? How do you think this will affect Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and how can companies prepare for something that they may have been forecasting on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where Amazon's come and kind of swept up some of that nut for themselves?
I think, again, like, this goes back to the changes that have happened in the advertising ecosystem, and Amazon sees an opportunity to grab wallet share, right? Because how you, as a DTC brand that might be on a direct-to-consumer website, how are you now acquiring customers that you were so used to just getting a great drip, again, from Facebook ads, Instagram ads, whereas, like, the ad load on Instagram is probably like one ad now for every 2 posts, and they're kind of running out of inventory, so you're seeing CPCs go up. And from an Amazon perspective, this could not be any better, because now you have a chance to kind of mop up, right? So this is exactly what you're saying. Will there be like a mini Prime Day for a certain vertical one day? Who knows?
Yeah.
Right? If they know they're winning a vertical, if they know they can make it inroads into a vertical, they could go in with some amazing brand partners and just go win it, because they have the customer accounts at the end of the day.
Rather
I think
events, Valentine's Prime Day, this Prime
what
Day.
this means for, and seasonality, what this means for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I think it's still going to be big, but I'm not sure if the growth rate will be as big. We're also in the middle of like a macro level environment where people are talking about recession, inflationary headwinds. So for brands, it is tough right now if you're a direct-to-consumer brand that's not on a marketplace, because you don't have that. You don't have the automatic like 300 million database of consumers that are searching constantly for what you're selling. So I think it's still going to be big, but if you're a brand, my mantra is, please look into these different marketplaces and find the one that fits your brand ethos and values, but then at the end of the day also makes sense for your margins too, because it's got to be profitable.
The wholesale thing is crazy. Like, I was just thinking about this in my head, like how, because, okay, so I got it this morning. I bought a TV, a 55-inch TV for $259, right? I don't know what the brand of TV it is. It's like some off brand, but it's for my kids' room. Now, $259. What does that equal? If you go to McDonald's right now and you get a quarter pounder of cheese combo meal or whatever it is, it's like $15, right? So basically, for the price of 15, 16 quarter pounder and fries and sodas, I bought a TV, 55-inch TV, which blows me away. And that's it feels like people are really starting to learn the value of the dollar for the first time, because before it was just like, it's just been like credits, credit card, debit cards, this and that, right? And now like your average person is just like, shit, I can't buy this Taco Bell thing for $5 anymore. It's $9 now. Gas, it's doubled the price. So it's a lot cheaper to buy. If I can get a TV for $250, $300, it's going to be delivered to my house. I don't have to go to the store and buy it. It's incredible. It's going to be here tomorrow on Prime Day. So
yeah, you don't have to waste money on gas. You don't have to, it's efficient at the end of the day.
Yes.
I think you want to find efficient, as a consumer, you want to find the most efficient and, cost-effective purchase. Marketplaces offer that. It's the sheer size, right? Like you're monetizing the efficiency that you've introduced, and Amazon is probably one of the most efficient machines out there. So I think from that perspective, it works, and that's why you see conversion rates that are 6 to 7x the DTC website. But
I also think you're going to have a generation going away that knows what Black Friday is, right? Like, when's the last, like, what is it? Probably 10 years where people have actually lined up outside of a store to go shopping on Black Friday. It's become an online event. As that generation fizzles and goes away, the concept of Black Friday may not even exist anymore.
Yep. And I think it's being pulled into earlier and earlier into the season as well. So I think what's happening is, if you look at generationally speaking, COVID changed a lot of habits. I mean, boomers like yourself are buying groceries online. So it's, everything's fundamentally changed. That's why people who are still holding on to, I'm going to be on my DTC website, not on Amazon. Like you're fighting the tape. It's like, when we talk about the stock market, like you don't fight the tape, don't fight the laws of gravity. Like if it's going to fall, it's going to fall. And if it's going to go up, it's going to go up. So hopefully people heed this and, they invest in a presence in a place like Amazon. And then if they do it methodically and think about, what their product listing looks like, and also approach it from an SEO perspective too, which is, now that you've got it, you got to invest in it. You got to maintain it because others are also doing it. And always stay on top, which is a mixture of, like how you optimize the listing, the reviews, all that stuff that like matters for like a location. It's kind of the same thing.
I have a personal story, and I'll get into some questions about Amazon affiliate marketing by Refersion. So I ordered some supplements the other day on Amazon, and the bottle came, and it's Prime, and I didn't do subscribe and save. I don't like it because you have to wait a month to get your first shipment. So I like just buying. Doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, I get the bottle of my estrogen supplement, and then I look at the lid, and it says for a free bottle, go to whatever the website is / this. So I go to that, and it's genius because first of all, it's not like, I think in a normal situation you'd be putting coupons and within your packaging, right? But this way Amazon does the packaging. So the fact that the sticker is on the bottle, on the top of the bottle, first of all, it's cheap to put a sticker on a bottle. It's much cheaper than putting postcards or whatever within a box, trying to get someone to go to the site and give you their information. And then secondly, it's genius because I already bought it. It's like the opposite of a tripwire. Like typically it's like, hey, you get this for free shipping and handling, and then boom, they upsell. This is like the opposite. I already bought it. And then it's like, hey, get the same bottle for free. Go to the website, put in my information, and then now I'm in that D2C database, right? I got the free bottle, and they know after I get the free bottle, about 30 days later, it's time for me to get my refill of my supplements. So I thought that was just genius of selling on Amazon, selling cheaply on Amazon, and utilizing that as a gateway to bring people into your own data center, where of course the same supplement company they have like 100 different supplements, right? So now it's not Amazon making that decision for me. They're able to like upsell me on all the other stuff I should do to get the most out of
I mean,
my
CPG,
treatment.
like health and wellness and supplements, is one of the biggest businesses on Amazon. And people are searching on there day and night for that product, or in your case, the estrogen supplement. And yeah, I think again, this just goes back to, there's plenty of tools out there, like Helium 10 can help you figure this out too, in terms of, what the size of the market, potential profits, all this stuff. But once you go into it, it's like, it's eye-opening how big like it is. And I joke about it as video game numbers, but it's very true. You have 300 million plus constantly searching for things.
It's crazy.
I like between here and other places, like all my homes, like I have stuff delivered all the time. I don't have time to I don't have time to drive. I hardly ever drive, actually. So everything is just delivered, and a lot of it's on subscribe and save too. Like for the dog, his stuff just shows up from Amazon.
It's amazing.
And whenever I need something new, I type it in to do discovery, and I'm like, oh, that brand looks good. And I'm like, I'm kind of doing brand discovery now on Amazon, not just for Amazon brands, but even like third-party sellers.
Oh, you're looking for brands yourself personally, or to market to?
No, like if I'm buying something, right, I want to try something different. Amazon's a great way to see like what else is out there.
It's true.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, again, think about the explosion of third-party sellers. The 500,000 is just brand registered that are trademarked brands. There's 1.9 million third-party sellers on Amazon, and they're very active.
Incredibly.
Selling, yeah. I mean, they are probably
a lot of the ones that are doing sponsorships and everything else.
Yep. And they're also, and their gripe is that Amazon ads is also to a point of saturation within its own ecosystem. So the beauty of being able to drive off Amazon traffic and have actually there's two benefits to it. One is the actual listing and the organic rank lift that you get from it. The second is Amazon actually rewards you with a 10% rebate bonus if you have transactions that happen on Amazon that are driven by off Amazon traffic.
Oh, because you're not just dipping into their well, you're bringing people
because you're bringing brand new customers to Amazon.
It's a huge selling point.
Amazon knows every customer is worth X to them. So why would I not give a 10% rebate to the brand for bringing their database to Amazon?
Which kind of covers that initial overhead, those initial costs.
Yeah, bring in new community to me. If I'm doing a Forbes article about top cookware, I'm a cookware brand, and I have like a pot that I'm trying to sell, and Forbes suddenly sends a bunch of traffic to that listing because I did a content piece with them. I'm going to be rewarded for not just with sales and high conversion rates, but then anybody that was converted on those, I'll also get 10% bonus on that. So it's a way to also like pad your margin if you're worried about that. I mean, 10% can be a lot for certain categories. So yeah, it's those two benefits are very tangible because one keeps going up in rankings, so you keep seeing more sales at a same conversion rate, but then you keep getting that 10% padding under, and to basically pay for maybe the 10% commission that you're paying out. So net, that's zero. So then the only thing you're paying for is Amazon fulfillment, payment, things like that. And that is an easier one to swallow because now you know that your conversion rate is going to make up for it, because if you're getting enough volume, enough inventory, that number just makes sense.
You're probably not going to have lost things that aren't shipped correctly, or someone getting an email saying, hey, here's the tracking, and you look and it's like, oh, shipment label's on, waiting to get picked up.
Yeah, so between the listing lift, rank lift, between the bonus, between the 300 million customers that are in that ecosystem, again, if you're like something like CPG, if you're something like jewelry, like beauty, pet products, baby products, it's a no-brainer to be in this
Done.
ecosystem.
Done. So you've talked a lot of the benefits of Amazon affiliate marketing by Refersion. Could you just give like maybe a couple minute overview of exactly what it is,
Yeah.
how it works, how someone that is currently an Amazon affiliate or Amazon associate or Amazon brand seller can utilize it, and yeah, how easy is it to get rolling?
So basically, if you're on Amazon today and you're a brand registered merchant,
Hmm.
and more than likely you are. If you're not, it's as easy as having if you have a trademark brand, you can apply for it. And if you're already a brand, you can registered in the brand registry at Amazon. You can basically take advantage of reversion to drive off Amazon traffic by A, signing up for reversion, B, doing affiliate discovery. So you can go through our platform and find affiliates that fit either your category. So if you're like a fitness brand, you want to go find somebody that writes about CrossFit, somebody that
Hmm.
writes about XYZ, and it's a very niche, relevant community and audience that you can go find, engage that affiliate, and then work with that affiliate to basically either do content, either do promotion, where they basically take an offer, which is a link for all
Hmm.
intents and purposes, promote it any which way they can. And then once those clicks happen, Reversion basically takes care of all the attribution, the commissions, the reporting, and payments and taxes. So we've created this whole system in the back end that automates the entire workflow. So what we do is we first of all connect you with our Amazon program, which is all programmatic, by the way. This is not where you have to go and do a bunch of
No
work.
demos.
So it's a quick connection. You connect because we connect to all the different platforms like Shopify, BigCommerce, and those are integrations that we have. Then you basically pick out the right audience that you want to promote to, or you might bring some affiliates with you. That's fine too. You can start promoting to them right away. Then you create your offers, get those offers out in the hands, mouths, links, profiles, whatever, in articles, YouTubes, whatever it is. And then as the clicks start happening, you'll start seeing the entire real-time flow of, how that traffic is coming back to your Amazon listing and basically creating, for all intents and purposes, sales. And then we calculate the commissions that you owe to your affiliate. We calculate based on the window of how long the cookie window is, the commission rates are. You can do different types of offers. Like if you want to drive average order value, you can do like $10 off, but it has to be $100 order, right?
Right.
Or get more with a bundle instead of just doing straight discounting. You can offer affiliates bonuses based off what they, if they drove 5,000, they get an escalator. If they drove 10,000, they get another escalator. So there's a lot of different ways to design these offers that are accretive for your business. So it's not
Hmm.
just always like 10% off and then
And is,
10% commission, because that's like 20% hit for you, right?
are these affiliate offers all through Amazon, or it's kind of a hybrid between the Amazon affiliate payout and reversion,
It's all
or is
reversion.
it all reversion?
It's
It's all
all
reversion
reversion.
then.
Yep.
Okay.
All we need is a connection to your Amazon catalog and Amazon product catalog, and then after that, it's all off Amazon traffic. And you work with the publishers that we have in our discovery, in our platform, our affiliates that we have. You can go find them by category, and we'll even scan your website if you have it and tell you what's relevant based
Nice.
on what we scan your website. You can even look up your competitors and see who they're using. More than likely, they're already using affiliates and publishers, so you can go work with the same ones if you want.
Yep.
Uh, and then you can, there's lots of ways to filter this to find the right affiliates. And once you have those affiliates, then it's just a matter of creating those offers and putting those offers in there in either an editorial in their newsletters, in their blogs, and that's essentially how it works. And then people click on it and they transact. And what we're seeing is, for a typical Shopify brand or DTC brand, it's maybe around 3%. But on Amazon, it's anywhere between 12 to 14% conversion rates. It's the same brand, and they just switch the link to go from Shopify or BigCommerce or one of these ETC brands to Amazon, and people just transact way more if they land on Amazon than they do on a DTC website.
Which makes perfect sense.
So it's as easy as that. It just, you sign up. Everything else is programmatic. The platform takes care of everything: the discovery, the connection, the link tracking, all the way down to how much you owe in affiliate payments. And you can make those affiliate payments through our product with direct ACH, PayPal, however you want to do it. And then we also send out like 1099s and tax information to your affiliates at the end of the year. So it's all, it's all end to end at that point.
Sweet. One system, right? So that's really nice. Raj, we had the chance to talk a little bit about your background today, about Amazon Prime Day, this being the second Prime Day for the first time. Maybe this is going to be more Prime Days in the future, both channel, maybe vertical oriented or seasonal. I talked about how D2C marketers can leverage Prime Day. Hey guys, don't be shy. Like, you have time. Send out an email tomorrow morning. Draft it up right now. Put together an offer specifically for Prime Day. Get it out there. It doesn't take that long to do. You can even type it up. You don't have to use a great design. Just pick your products that you want to have a sale. Maybe it's a site-wide sale. Maybe you're planning a site-wide sale anyway. Just call it a Prime sale. See what happens. Like Raj said, like even implement something like Prime, like shipping. It's become such a household benefit, right? That everyone is into it.
There's no shame in the imitation game.
No, there's not. I pretty much leave my life by that motto, by the way.
I noticed the haircut.
I know. I did right before we got on. I'm not wearing my glasses, though. We can't be twins today. Where are my glasses? They're in another room. And then also, in addition to everything that D2C, well, just the benefits of selling on Amazon, right? So 12 to 14% conversion rate compared to a 2 to 3%. The fact that driving off Amazon traffic to your listing is a growth. It's an SEO. It's an Amazon SEO growth hack. All of that external traffic to your listing is going to boost your ranking within Amazon. It's also going to lead to, if you're driving external traffic and someone's making the sale, a new customer, you're going to get 10% of that back as almost like a rebate. So that's going to cover any additional overhead. So you're making the transactions, you're making the sales, you have heightened conversions, and on top of that, you're getting a little bit of money back. It's helping. You don't have to worry about anything on the fulfillment side. You already have that covered. Amazon vans going to someone's house to drop things off, not like the post person putting stuff in the wrong box or whatever it is. And then a little bit about Amazon affiliate marketing by Refersion. Sounds like a really natural next step in the whole ecosystem, and it's very timely. Shopify, D2C really took off during COVID, during lockdown. Slowed down a little tiny bit, it seems, but Amazon hasn't, right? So it's a natural addition. And then at the end of this, once everything recalibrates back to where it should be, people buy direct, people buy on Amazon, people buy on Walmart, people buy on various different marketplaces, depending upon what they're personally attached to. Raj, anything you'd like to add to
I think I'll give you this stat that if you don't think it's for you, on Prime Day in July, because it was summer, people bought 1.2 million pairs of sunglasses and 1 million swimsuits in that one single day, in that Prime Day.
Wow.
So if you don't think it's for you, imagine just getting like 5,000 of those 1.2 million in sunglasses if you're selling sunglasses, or 1,000. Right? That could change your, like P&L or cash flow for that month, maybe for the year. So it's a huge business. And if you're on any DTC platform like Shopify and you're having, if you're running into headwinds with ads generating better ROI, affiliate marketing, give it a shot. Definitely give Amazon a shot. And if you're on Amazon, give affiliate marketing a shot.
It's a great way to start the quarter as well.
Yep.
All those additional sales. I know everyone at SEJ gets sick of me saying this, but I always call it the Halloween Horror Nights. analogy. So I think it was Universal or one of the parks. They didn't make their numbers at the end of the year, so they decided to start doing this Halloween thing. And then suddenly, all the Q4 numbers are done during the first month of Q4, right? Because they're not doing very many sales during family times like Thanksgiving, the winter holidays, whatever it may be. But Halloween Horror Nights, because everyone's spending money. Suddenly, you've made at least for 1 year, you've made your Q4 numbers in 1 month.
Change your
next
curve.
year, of course, is going to increase. Yeah, exactly. So if I can get all this in on October 11th or 12th,
don't wait on like traditions. Change your curve.
Make your curve as well.
There you go.
All right. So Raj, it's been a pleasure. Where can folks find you online?
On Twitter, it's just RajNijjer. And then the same name. You can find me on LinkedIn. Those two I'm pretty active on, mostly Twitter. I love Twitter.
Nice.
Once you block a bunch of stuff, like it's actually pretty useful. But yeah, you can find me there.
All right. Cool. Well, Raj, it's been a pleasure. Thanks again for jumping on the show. Thanks for jumping on the show to talk about Amazon Prime and Refersion and Prime Day and everything else. It's been great. You have any plans for the rest of your day?
Probably have some more coffee and get some work done.
Sounds amazing. Me too. All right. Take it easy, Raj.
Loren, thank you.
And thanks for everyone that tuned in today and all listeners to the SCJ Show.
Thank you for joining us this week on the Search Engine Journal Show. If you liked this episode, subscribe to our channel for so much more and click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing.